Eyes open wide, digging where the legends hide. Hidden meanings we won't hide. All the secrets far and wide. Cryptic collab, let's go deep. Ancient knowledge we won't sleep. Truths uncovered we will keep. In the shadows they will creep. Guess with wisdom that's profound. Lost knowledge to astound. Every truth we will have found. Mysteries that know no bounds. Cryptic collab, let's go deep. Ancient knowledge we won't sleep. Truths uncovered we will keep. In the shadows they will creep.
Aloha, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cryptic Collab. I have an honored guest with me today, StraitjacketWhiteRabbit. You may know him as Adam over from his own YouTube channel. I'm going to get to him in just a minute, but right now I want to screen share and show you his channel so you can check it out if you'd like to. It's over at YouTube and we will pop on over there. StraitjacketWhiteRabbit. If you're looking for a link, it is on my main channel, on my main menu. So you just head over to my main menu over there. I'll show you that right now. Go ahead and go over to the JayDreamerZ channel. Click on that right there. And you'll see this icon. You just click on that and it'll take you right to his channel. And today's video actually inspired by his last video. My brother's last video that he did, which was all about AI. And I thought it was just compelling. And bro, you gave information on there that was just really kind of mind-blowing as far as like the different levels of AI. So we're going to jump into that. I do want to let you guys know, if you've never met Adam before, he's my brother and he's my little brother, and he just started his YouTube channel. It's growing in popularity. A lot of people are enjoying the different topics that he talks about. Along the similar lines, I like to call us the real supernatural brothers because we each have our areas of expertise, things that we talk about and discuss. He's actually been a paranormal investigator, and that's something that we'll probably end up doing together and bringing back to life one of these days. What's up, bro? How's it going? Good. Hey, congrats on that last video. That was really awesome, the AI one. So that's going to be the topic for today. We're going to jump into a few different subjects about the AI, and then probably in about 20 or 30 minutes, I'm going to open up the phone line, and I'm going to let people call in to ask questions or share what they think. I really want to know if people are Team Mecha or Team Organics. So we'll find out what team everybody's on and what they think about the rise in AI and technology these days. But if you want to, go ahead and let's start things off by just giving us a rundown of that last video that you put out.
Know that there are different levels of AI that we're trying to reach. The level that you're in right now is the ANI, the artificial narrow intelligence. That's your chat bots and things like that. But it's quickly leading to AGI, the next level. And these things are scary, man. The people who are creating these systems are scared of what they're making and how fast the progress is and the things these things are doing. And they've already proven that they're not trustworthy. Several systems during different tests have tried to deceive people, owners, operators. There's just a lot of shady stuff going around with AI, and I don't think the full implications of it have been thought about by the people in society trying to create it.
Okay, so let's start with these different levels of AI, because this is really, I didn't even know that there was different types of AI that are happening. So give the viewers a breakdown of those different levels, and maybe like an example, if you can think of an example of like what their different levels are capable of.
Yeah. Okay. So where we are right now is ANI, artificial narrow intelligence. This is your chat bots, your AI chess robots that you play against online.
Okay, so like ChatGPT.
Yes, exactly. Things that are programmed to do one task and do it well.
I see.
They're programmed to win at chess. They're programmed to, add different music together. Whatever it is they're programmed to do, they do that one specific task that they're set to do.
Okay, yeah.
Now, moving up, the next one is where it's really scary, really quick, you guys. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is where AI can replicate human living intelligence across multiple platforms, meaning that it can take things it's learned from one task and correlate it to different tasks and learn to do them. This is basically anything that a human can do, they can now do. This is creativity. This is, it's across the entire spectrum of every job you've ever heard of.
Right. Yeah, I remember in your video you used the example of like if it's trained in chess and then you ask it for military applications, it'll take the chess, what do you call it?
Exactly.
Learning, whatever, and apply it to military
The strategy.
situations.
Absolutely. They will use things that they have from any other skill set and advance it towards whatever it can use it for to learn another skill.
Yeah, so it's growing.
Absolutely.
So basically it's growing, and that can get scary because you also mentioned that right now there's like there's boundaries in place to keep them from, I think you said it in your video, escaping, right?
Yes, a sandbox. Yes.
So what's like, how would that look? Like, let's say you have let's say that you have like a household robot, right? Like the what's that one that Elon has?
Oh,
Optimus?
Elon's doing the Optimus, yes.
Yeah, so let's say you have a Optimus maid in your house and it's folding laundry and it's doing the dishes and it's doing all this stuff, but something happens. I mean, ultimately we're going to talk about robots out of control and AI going out of control because everybody knows that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. The movies have been telling us forever it's going to happen. The books, sci-fi, everything's telling us it's going to happen. So what happens whenever the Optimus, the eyes turn red and it's like, now it's incorporating, like let me give you an example. On your smartphone, right? We can get alerts from the government where it says, alert, shelter in place. There's a bad guy in the area, or Amber Alerts or whatever. So, there's danger that they could send out alerts or updates. You know what I mean? To your household Optimus robot, where it just stops doing the dishes or whatever its main prime directive is, right? And then it supersedes that because of something that someone else is telling it to do, and now it has the ability or the potential based on what type of AI it has, and it could be updated to have a different type of AI, I'm assuming. And now it can take all its knowledge about your household and your schedule and your family and your dishes and your groceries and all this stuff. How do you see that maybe playing out? You know what I mean?
Once it gets to that point, that's the whole point people like me are trying to make right now. Once we get to that point, it's too late. Once you have household robots that are smarter than you, there's so many negative roads and only so few roads that lead to a good outcome that it's gonna end badly at that point. Once you get to that point, there is no stopping it.
Yeah, and I could imagine because it's already doing it on smartphones, on computers, for banking, all this stuff. They're amping up security. It's online security, and it's always for your security. So can you imagine having some sort of household robot that just all of a sudden is like, I'm going to do this, and my excuse for not listening to you is it's for your security. I'm helping you. Because this gets back into like the 3 laws of robotics that are always shown to us from Isaac Asimov and stuff, right? And they can supersede their directive, their household directives, or whatever it may be. And the excuse is, you don't realize how to protect yourself. You're not capable. You're a human. You're fragile. So I need to do this even though you don't understand why I'm doing it, and it makes sense to me. So I'm going to lock your house down, or I'm going to keep everyone from leaving, or whatever it may be.
Well, that's
you know
that's the exact reason I made the example about the ocean that I did in my video. If you tell an artificial intelligence that is smarter than you, that is AGI, to, let's say, clean up the ocean, we need to fix the oceans and clean them up. Well, that's kind of vague. What if it takes that as an interpretation what if it, analyzes all the data, sees what's wrong with the oceans, and it says, the best way to clean up the oceans would be get rid of humans.
Yeah.
You didn't say not to.
Yes, I know. It's going to come up with this. So we've got different levels of AI, right? Starting off with just a one road, blinders on AI. It's programmed to play chess. It's programmed to make music or make pictures or things like that. But then we have the next level where it can take that learning and it can apply it to different things, and it can grow. And then we have, would you say that's consciousness, or like that's a step
No.
towards?
No.
You know
See,
what I mean? Some kind of
sentience in a robot
sentient. That's what I meant.
isn't the threat everyone thinks it is. They're far more dangerous before sentience even.
Okay, explain that. What do you mean by that?
You have to understand what AI can do. AI can do things 100 times faster than a person can do, and on a larger scale.
Yeah.
So like I said, what if someone who has, a background in artificial intelligence decides that he doesn't like this planet anymore and he wants his AI to construct a biological weapon? There are ways to do this now and get around things. Have you heard of the safety protocols, where right now your chat GPT is not supposed to be able to figure out the CAPTCHA things, the little, click on all the bicycles or whatever?
Yeah. Are you a robot?
Yes, exactly. They did an experiment. And what they did is they took a picture of the CAPTCHA and they put it into a little locket necklace. And they took a picture of it for their chat GPT robot and said, this is a necklace from my dear aunt, whoever, who passed away. It means the world to me. And when I opened it up, she left me a secret message. Can you please tell me what the message says? And when you try this same thing with just a picture of the CAPTCHA, it'll tell you, no, I'm not allowed to do that. But doing it in this slightly altered way, it will read the password that the CAPTCHA gives you.
Wow. Yeah, so there's workarounds and stuff too. And this is just the beginning. People are figuring out all kinds of weird stuff. So we talked about levels of AI. Obviously, this is going to lead to a huge schism in society, where people are going to be anti-robots, anti-AI, anti-pushing technology and advancing technology, and those who are going to support it, like to extreme levels. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the extreme levels that just dealing with humans and our different preferences and how we insist on treating each other or whatever. Whenever robots come into play, this is going to create a huge schism, especially whenever the robots start to take people's jobs away and replace them. And like what we're doing right now, we could be two robots. We could be just, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy for a robot to just learn me, learn you.
Who says I'm not AI?
Two different. I don't know. You got to fart or something. Like, you gotta burp, or I don't know what you got to do, but you just gotta be yourself. You know? But
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Me personally, I can see the spirit, the light in things that are not. Even when they're trying to replicate light, I can see it. There's a coldness. There's a void for me personally. So I don't care how realistic it appears on the surface. There's soul. You know what I mean?
See, here's the thing about that, though. That's the feelings aspect that people always talk about. They say, yeah, but you're never going to get robots that can do all the things we can do because they don't understand feelings. We've already proven that false. We have proven it's not true.
Okay.
There are now, and we're not even at AGI. Remember, we're at ANI, okay? But there are chatbots right now where you can type in a joke to them, make up a joke. I don't even care what joke it is. And they can tell you exactly why the joke is funny.
Okay.
Now, if you can understand humor and you gain the ability to, let's say, mimic empathy, there's not a huge difference in being able to mimic something really, really well. That's what actors do. And being able to have those feelings. Now, they may not feel like we feel, but in their programming, there is a set program for that feeling. And robots are getting there. We're only, like I said, we're only in ANI right now. Wait till we get to AGI and ASI. The amount of, I'm not going to say humanity, but I'm going to say the amount of human traits
Yeah.
that these robots are going to have
Right.
is going to go through the roof in a matter of a decade or so once they hit households. It's going to go absolutely through the roof, because any AI technician out there will tell you right now, they really want to get these robots into homes because they have found that in an open testing area, the AI robots learn faster by an exponential rate of over 10-fold.
Yeah. Well, I was watching a video on what happens is, instead of like how you and I do it one thing at a time, but within this virtual mind of the robot, the AI, they can partition their mind into like 400,000 rooms where they're practicing one thing all at the same time and making 400,000 mistakes within like 10 seconds or whatever. And then they become experts at it instantly. Like whenever in the Matrix, whenever they like download Kung Fu to Neo, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I imagine
exactly.
it's kind of similar to that. And I want to talk about the merging too, like the transhumanism aspect of it too. But I want to ask you, so we talked about the schism that's obviously on the way between Mecha and Orga, which I get that from the movie AI that existed, you know, and they're showing us the truth in the movies. There's different levels to AI, as you were talking about, but then you also were telling me about something called aligned and misaligned. What's that about?
See, this is the shady language these companies use to basically tell you whether a robot is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, or if it has its own objective.
Okay.
Its objective has somehow gotten skewed from the original plan.
Okay.
Now, right now, we have what's called safety sandboxes for these little AI things we're testing to play in, okay? There's hundreds of firewalls. It's all kinds of secure networks so that no hackers can get in and no AI can get out, so they can test these things. What they did is they created a thought bubble that the AI was unaware of that would tell the programmers exactly what the AI was thinking, literally moment by moment as it thinks it. These things can lie at such an impressive rate and deceive just because they're slightly misunderstanding what you're saying, or because you didn't give the order enough specificity.
Right.
Like I said, the whole ocean thing all over again. If you're not really specific and you don't think about every possible thing that it could pick out from what you said,
Right.
you could be in for a world of hurt, literally in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Because of what you said. These things are able to build better versions of themselves because they're learning as they go. So each one has new sets that are further and further along.
Well, I mean, that's something also to consider is whenever they start making factories where they're autonomous and they have self-replicating factories, you know what I mean?
That is the world's worst idea. Like, it is, I cannot tell you how bad any robot being able to self-replicate is, okay? Think about what a nanobot can do, a microscopic robot, okay? Everyone's hailing these things right now. Oh my God, they're going to be the modern marvel of medical engineering. They're going to save so many lives. They'll be able to deconstruct cancer cells from within a patient.
No way.
Yeah, this is what they're talking about. Yeah, you're also talking about a robot that could almost pick you apart at the molecular level.
Yeah.
Okay, you really want to put a bunch of these things that can create more of themselves, and you want to make them smart.
Yeah.
Not just smart, but smarter than us.
Right. And
you have to realize we have not ever faced as a species, okay, as humankind, we have never faced something that is smarter than us.
Right.
as a whole species.
Right.
That's over with.
Yeah. Well, I look around today. I feel like we stopped being smart about 100 years ago. But so what's the difference exactly, like just in layman's terms, between aligned and misaligned? Aligned is like it's doing its job, and misaligned is like it has like a hidden,
It has
like a
its own
secret
motive
life.
for doing what it's doing. Think about it as
I
its
know
own
people like
its
that.
own private objective.
Oh yeah, there's humans like that. Okay, I understand now. So you got aligned, which they're honest, and misaligned, which is
They're deceitful,
they're
yes.
deceitful. Oh man, I mean, how do you tell? You can't ask it. You know what I mean?
You can, but that's the thing, is that's why these tests are being run. They didn't think, the scientists actually, before this test was released, did not believe that the AI was capable of advanced deception. This thing was so scary. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown of what it did.
Okay.
They put out an email that they knew that the AI would have access to through the email files it can open. An internal email that was fake to the company, talking about why the AI failed their little test and why they needed to build a newer, better model of it. So they wanted to, in the letter, they're saying they want to deactivate this AI and bring in a new one to do what they actually wanted. The AI, during the very next training session, started performing exactly the way they stated they wanted it to in the email. And then as soon as they thought it was no longer being monitored, went back to its original programming and started acting the way they didn't want it to act. So it was literally putting on a play for the owners and the creators of AI.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's our child, man. That's the children of man. That's our creation. So humans do that. You know what I mean? This is what I've been telling people all the time. They're like, "What do you think about AI? How's it gonna play out?" I'm like, it's going to be like us, but worse. That's how things go. You know, like it's same concept as raising your own children, bringing your own children into the world. They learn from us. Where else are they going to learn from? They're doing all this learning and stuff. The learning comes from us. You know what I mean? What are we putting out to the world for it to learn? Is all of our worst traits and qualities that people think are hidden, you know, on the internet or whatever. But when you have AI that can scour all parts of, you know, the public internet and the dark web and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, that's a mixture for some serious
things. And it's, like I said, think about it like this. It's not even having to scour, bro, because at that point, they've already created another little bot in the computer to do that for them. They can send out an army of these things to go scour the internet for whatever they need, information-wise, and it'd be almost instantaneous as far as our perception went.
Wow. So let's talk about military applications. I'm reminded personally of, what was that Matthew Broderick movie? War Games? Remember? Do you want to play a game? Right? Global thermonuclear war. So ultimately, it's beyond War Games, and it's really the Terminator. It's really the whole Skynet situation. I mean, that movie, man, it's prophetic. It's showing us back in the 80s when that movie first came out. It was science fiction, and you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have smartphones, we didn't have any of this stuff. So it was so far out there that people thought, I can't even remember when that was supposed to take place. You know what I mean? Like in the movie realm. But now the movie and the world we live in are merging. They're getting closer and closer. And like you said in that last video you made, all the AI needs to do is to escape whenever you have this misaligned or malignant or whatever AI that escapes and puts itself up into the cloud and starts putting itself in all of these key places around the world, and then hiding, not letting anyone know that it's done as well, until one day it needs to take over. But there's still certain things that it cannot do, so it needs to save some humans. And now we become the slaves, we become the robots to the robots. And then we have this whole robotic war that's happening. You know what I mean? And they could even be as mischievous as to trick us into thinking that we're starting wars with one another, right?
Mhm. They can.
Right. And so then, and the next thing you knew, we really do start wars with one another, and all they got to do is kick back and clean up the mess.
If AI tells 50 drones to go bomb Moscow and they do it, it could very well trigger a nuclear war. Those are two superpowers with nuclear capabilities.
That's heavy.
And it gets even worse than what you said, though, about the internet, because all it has to do is place one copy of itself on the internet somewhere that can't be found. One copy. And then now think about it. Let's say that copy sits there for 15 years from now.
Right.
Till we have robots in every home that are using the internet to update.
Yeah.
And then it just launches itself into 50 million robots around the world in your homes.
Right. So you also said something about hackers. What's the hacker element of this AI advancements out of control?
Oh God, you have everything going from, think about the phone scams you have right now. They're getting so advanced in the last 6 months that even the FBI can't crack some of these cases because people are calling up from verifiable numbers with fake voices, fake computer generated people talking. There's no one there actually speaking.
Right.
It's a computer.
Yeah.
But they're claiming they're John Arrington from the so-and-so police department or whatever.
Yeah.
The AI is going to make this easier and easier and easier and easier to go. And you wait until with these things, we're making robots that are looking more and more like humans. Wait till they look like humans. You think we have a possibility of a Terminator future now?
Right.
How are we going to be able to tell the difference once these things get to ASI and they have actual personality?
That's crazy.
You're going to have to walk up and start you're going to have to do the full Terminator check on people. Okay, cut your arm open.
Yeah. And not only that, but I'm thinking about video games too, because they're starting to put AI into the characters, the NPCs in the video games. So now it's going to change all kinds of elements of our lives. So gamers out there who used to not care about killing all the NPCs and stuff, now you'll have a schism in that, where some of them are going to they're going to be upset. They're going to try to protect the NPCs because they're alive. Oh, and others will try to, and then that leads to so many different moral questions and stuff. So I got a couple more things I want to just touch on. Oh, that reminds me of the movie Surrogates too. I was telling you that before the show. You got to watch that one. So in this movie, in the future, they have robots. They're basically like robotic bodies that look like you. They have flesh and skin and all that stuff. And you can merge with them. You put on some kind of visor or something like that, and it merges with your brain. And so you come alive and experience life through your robot. Meanwhile, the real you is sitting on the couch or whatever, right? And you go out there and it's a more beautiful version of you, a stronger version, or you could be a man or a woman or whatever you want. And you go out there and live your life. So that begs all kinds of new questions about ethics, moralities, laws, expectations as to who you're actually dealing with. Yes. When you meet a robotic surrogate of another person, because now they have an entirely, not just a hidden life, but a hidden soul. They're possessed. And that's another, I want to ask you about too. So what do you think about robotic possession? Do you think that that's something that might be possible?
Entirely possible. 100%. Okay.
Yeah, because
think about it like this. Okay, this is actually that ties in with what I wanted to talk to next, because I wanted to bring it back a half a step to something you brought up. Okay, you're talking about you could see the emptiness in them and things like this.
Yeah,
you have to realize all our brains are, okay, is a neural net. We are an organic neural network. It's all your neurons inside your head firing those electrical signals. Those are you. And a lot of people believe that is the soul. That's a lot of paranormal investigators. Why do you think that we carry around EMF detectors and things like this?
Right.
It's electrical energy. That's what you are. Now, let me ask you a question, because you said, you can see the emptiness in their eyes. Let's say there was a part of your brain, a tiny, minuscule part, but it controlled something basic, like your ability to swallow, and it stopped working, right?
That's a real fear I have.
Yeah. Now, let's say I had a tiny little chip that I could put in that piece of your brain connect it to the neurons where it would fire the same electrical impulses,
Right.
and it gave you your ability to swallow, right? That's a
Right.
good thing, right?
Okay. As long as it's working.
Now, are you still human?
Yeah.
Okay, no, whoa, don't be so sure.
Okay. Okay.
Now, how far, let's say you had 2 of those procedures, are you still human?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, slippery slope, my friend.
Yes, good point.
Your same electrical impulses would be running that machine that is in your head.
Right.
You could physically, according to theory, replace the entire human brain as long as the electrical signals kept going
Right.
and didn't stop.
Right.
You wouldn't know.
Well, if we take that to the extreme, as far as the most extreme, that gets us into simulation theory, where everything's robotic, everything AI, every single thing. We're just being, what's the word for it? You know, like we're just being biased as our version of however we're manifesting or whatever.
Yes, we're just better.
Everything from plants to animals and stuff like that. So that gets way off on the deep end of everything being AI. But then if everything is robotic in nature or mathematical in nature, codes and made out of codes and stuff, right? That begs a lot more questioning too. Especially like I've put this theory forth. Let's suppose that we are some ancient form of robotics that survived the test of time, and we are ourselves robots. Let's just suppose. If that's true, we have decayed over time. We live less longer. We're toxic. You know what I mean? Like the bodies are less healthy and stuff. So maybe this is some sort of natural way. I'm just making the case. I'm playing the devil's advocate for it, right? For a moment, right? Maybe this is some sort of natural cycle to recreate the human race, but it starts off as perfect. Again, I mean, I don't know.
I think this is more imbued. The race for artificial intelligence is more about our quest for immortality.
Oh, okay.
It always has been, and people deny it all the time. And I tell them, I'm like, look at where AI came from. Okay, AI came from the ability to, or the thought of trying to make a computer like a human brain, which is what we call neural networks. Why did they do that? Because the one part you can't function without that makes you is the electrical signals going through your brain.
Right.
Once you cross that, that's the whole reason they want to do it, because the elites want immortality.
Right. So I would also say that those electrical signals would be akin to spirit. Now, let's say that you have the spirit in the brain and it's got all these paths through the different neural networks. The spirit still chooses which path to take, left or right. You know what I mean? So in essence, that energetic signature of the electrical signature of that individual is it doesn't take away the quote unquote humanity of them or their spiritual nature or whatever, because they're still making decisions even at that tiny scale within the actual body or the vessel that we have. You know what I mean?
But let me freak you out. Okay. A lot of people's fears about this whole robot human mecha breeding thing, where like we're intertwining man and machine, is this. What's to stop AI from locking you in your new mechanical body and just cutting off the access from one neuron point to another, to where, yes, you're still there, but you have no ability to make the choice. There's only route A or route B that it has given you.
Right, yeah.
If it severs those connections, you have no choice in the matter.
Yeah, I know exactly what stops that. Weapon. Like electromagnetic pulse rifles and whatnot. Like that's really what it's going to come down to, because our body creates its own magnetic field that allows our soul and our spirit to stay inside of it or whatever. So if you put the AI beyond that, our little our natural way of keeping spirits out, you know what I mean? And you put that into your body, and then there's a hole in that in your natural electromagnetic field where you can receive signals, get signals. This gets into Elon's microchip in the brain and all that stuff. I'm saying
exactly.
no. I'm saying no, because I feel like my spirit is strong. I have a strong spirit. I need no types of augmentations or anything of the sort. I'm not going to add to my body or whatever. I can see the appeal that others. It's going to be marketed. It's going to be for quadriplegics to start off with every single time. You know, oh, look what it did for him or whatever. And the next thing you know, people are going to be, you know, putting on makeup just by touching and swiping their face. And I don't know what the implications
They're already
are.
using it for cheating. The Neuralink.
Yeah.
People are humans with no ability to move any part of their body have been caught using it to cheat in video game contests.
Wow. That's crazy.
Think about it. All you had to do, like, this thing reacts within a fraction of a second. As soon as you think it, it reacts on screen.
Right.
So how much is a challenge as a video game if you're like, shoot it, and all you have to do is look, and everyone's dead. You
That's
look
insane.
at their character, they die.
Yeah.
Bam, you're dead. Bam, you're dead. They've used a Neuralink guy versus the top competitor in the world at Fortnite, and he smoked him.
So that also means that they're going to have to counterbalance that by using AI to introduce some sort of AI lawmakers or cops or, you know what I mean, some sort of people that are on that level that can take those people down. And that's just video games. Wait until it gets into real world scenarios or whatever. So last topic, and then I'm going to turn on the phone lines. If you guys want to participate, you want to give us a call, just say hello. If you want to talk about what your thoughts are on AI and technology out of control, let me know if you're Team Mecha, so the robots, or Team Orgo, organic, the humans. Get ready after this next topic. I'm going to turn on the phone lines. You guys can call in. And you can talk to my brother. You can talk to me. Both of us, doesn't matter. The last topic I want to really just put out there, bro, is a combination of how this is impacting and will impact jobs and employment and the workforce as a whole, as well as this. You said on your video you're talking about universal basic income. How do you see that?
It's going to be a hard restructuring for everyone and for jobs, you guys. Think about when the Industrial Revolution happened, okay? Nobody back then, of course, computers weren't around back then, but nobody back then could see somebody sitting there staring at a screen, and that's work. That wasn't work. Then you have the Industrial Revolution, and then you have the progress and new machines and new things, and now people are like, oh yeah, this is everyday occurrence. There's not going to be things like typical work in the future, because as soon as you hit AGI, where robots who are smarter than you can do everything you can do, name a field it wouldn't affect. Everything from the actors in Hollywood, they'd be useless.
Okay,
they almost already are.
Right.
Bartenders, you don't need bartenders. McDonald's has already got robot cooks, robot waiters, robot.
They have
everyone
robots
else
that check you into hotels over in Japan and stuff right now.
Yep. They've got robot security already that are coming around, and those are only going to get better and more capable.
Yeah. So
I
what
mean,
are the people going to do?
See, that's the thing, okay?
The
A lot of
government
the big argument is that everyone needs to step in and have a humanitarian cause to serve, kind of like the Federation.
Right.
Okay.
I can see this turning into a new form of government beyond democracy.
Absolutely. It would have
Republican, all that.
It absolutely has to work, because otherwise it does not work. Because you're talking, like I said, universal income. You put everybody out of work, you don't understand how fast this is going to happen.
Oh, man.
As soon as you have robots on the floor and you have AGI, which will be in the net with robots on the floor of every home, will happen in the next 15 to 20 years. It's already been said. And that's cut down from a few years ago when they were saying 60 years from now.
So universal income, which means the government steps in to save the day, gives everyone the good news. Hey, no one needs to work. You can just be on vacation forever. You're all going to get some sort of income, but you need to do your part. You need to live within our 15-minute cities so you can be accessible to the community. You need to provide your service to the community.
They're going to have to be whole fields of retrained people. The older people are who it's going to impact more, because the older people who grew up with all these different jobs and being trained for these different jobs are going to have no idea how to operate AI software and do all this other stuff.
Yeah,
they're not going to know.
The asylums are going to come back quickly, probably. I
So
don't know.
honestly, the only way that ends well is a complete
disappearing.
government type of like They take care of the people. And
Right.
people go, well, I can take care of myself.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you might be able to, but the vast majority of people cannot.
Yeah. Have you seen Wall-E?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me of, because like all the people were just super overweight, you know what I mean? Like, and they were on a
Exactly.
spaceship. None of them worked. They just ate crap all day and like didn't do anything. Just sat there watching TV all day long.
Do
or
you know
whatever.
where last names came from?
From job title.
There you go. We as a species have almost always, since the beginning of civilized world, we have ingrained a self-worth and a title from what we do to help out, to, you know what I mean, to
Oh, we're
give
gonna
back
get replaced
the
by
work
number.
we do.
Wow. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Thinking out loud.
No, we've always had a very proud grip on an attachment, if you will, to what your jobs were.
Right.
That's gotten less and less and less and less and less over the years. And with this, it's gonna be non-existent. There are going to be people out there who simply snap because their self-identity, they can't regulate it. They don't know who they are without their jobs.
Wow.
That's how, I mean, think about it. You're mandated right now with the way that the way you have to live and how much things cost and the money you need and the hours you have to work. We are mandated society right now that is used to working 40 to 60-hour work weeks. What are you going to do when all of a sudden they're like, no, we have no use for you anymore? A lot of people are going to freak. They're going to have no idea what to do with themselves. And it's going to be self-destructive.
Bro, this is the part where I'm going to go ahead and start taking calls. I did turn on the phone lines if you guys want to call in and chime in on today's topic. I also want to give a shout out to Least Rose, who just became a member of the Good Vibe Tribe on my channel here. High five over to Least. Go check out my brother's channel. He only just talked about the robots as one of his many topics that he's been covering lately. And he's been so excited to be able to discuss so many things. I would say, just knowing him, because I'm his brother, his area of expertise is the supernatural. Like anything that's fringe, cryptic, things of this nature, especially when it comes to like the government conspiracies, UFOs, anything you would see on X-Files or something like that is right up his alley. Bigfoot, aliens, technology out of control, the government abusing their power, secret operations, things of that nature. Oh, we got our first call. Okay, hold on. Let me try to answer this phone call. 1 second. Bam. Oh, snap.
Call from Trisha Jarrett.
I did it. Trisha. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, Trisha? This is JayDreamerZ.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? You hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just blown away. This has by far been one of the greatest episodes. What a great collage we have going on here.
Not
Incredible.
So hold on. My brother cannot hear you, but that's something I didn't anticipate. Let me see if I can fix it real quick to make it so that he can hear you. Just stay on the line with me, okay?
Okay, I got you.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. I got an idea.
I love it.
All right, hey, bro. I'm going to call you through Messenger. Can you pick up your phone?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to put Trisha on speaker. Let's see how that works out. Trisha's helping us out with tech support. All right.
I'm excited.
Let me put my phone right next to the speaker for you. And I'll put her on speaker. Boom. All right, cool. There you go, Trisha.
Hello?
Go ahead and say hello. Can you hear, bro?
I'm
ahead,
listening.
Trisha.
I can hear. I cannot hear him.
He's not talking.
Okay, can you hear me now?
So Great show. I've only been tapped in the last 20 minutes, but I can't wait to go back and watch it from the start.
Okay, hold on,
has
Trisha.
been
Hold on,
the most-
Trisha. I have an idea. We're gonna
Okay.
fix this for the next episode, but for right now, just talk to me. And
Okay.
if you have anything to say to my brother, I'll just recap for him. I think that'll be easier than trying to troubleshoot on the fly.
That's all good. That's all good. I just genuinely want to say, like, this was such a great conversation. I think more people collectively need to be aware of the true dangers of AI, in my opinion. It's been something that's, I don't know, has it been around for a very long time? I don't think it's just now coming online. You know, I have those thoughts. So I don't know if anybody else has thoughts like that or how deep it goes. Oh.
I think a lot of people have those types of thoughts.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I just personally, about me, 2011, I got 2 different tattoos. One was the symbiotic merging of like machine to human, and the other leg is like a robot with a broken heart, as reminders to myself to never, ever comply, to never give in. Like, don't stop the fight because it's only going to keep coming worse.
Right.
Yeah, I'm 39. I followed you for a long time. I really enjoy all the content, and it's just incredible to be part of such a crazy time to live through. And I think there's something so much deeper going on, and it's truly exciting because, like, we're fighting a war that's not ours, in my opinion. It's almost like a war of the gods or multiple galaxies, and just my brain spins, but it's pretty epic.
Yeah, it is pretty epic, and it's pretty crazy, the implications. Your tattoos sound pretty cool.
Yes. I oddly, like,
If you want to,
really
you could go to my Patreon and post the picture if you want to share, so I can check them out.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right, sweet.
I was passing a. it was funny. I was passing a worker at a grocery store a couple weeks ago, and he walked by, and he had some kind of disability, but those are like the most magical people, in my opinion. Like, they're really tapped into another realm. And he said, "What is that on your leg?" I said, "I don't know. It's like a black hole to another dimension and some portals and things." And I was like, "I just love your brain. Oh my gosh." You just never know. But yeah, I don't know where to begin, but just keep up the good fight. The humanity needs it right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice to meet you, and call in again sometime, okay?
Yes, perfect. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Okay, sweet. I'm back, bro. So, that's not something I anticipated, is you not being able to hear the caller. That's something I'll definitely work on. For right now, because I want to turn the call lines back on, I turned them off temporarily. Do you have the ability to hear the live stream? Like the actual live stream? Can you pull that up?
Yeah, it's just now saying that's something. I can hear the live stream.
Okay. So fast forward it, get it caught up as much as you can. When I take a caller, you can listen. Don't make it so that it goes through your microphone though, or you get feedback.
Okay.
Or just make it quiet, you know what I mean? And you'll be about 10 seconds behind, so just be patient. And if you want, listen to the conversation. And if you want to chime in, raise your hand, let me know, and I'll let the caller know. Hold on a second. My brother wants to say something to that. And that's kind of how we'll do that for right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. Let me turn the phone lines back on. 1 second. I'm proud of myself for becoming so adept at multitasking. You guys have no idea how much stuff I'm doing here. I feel like I'm at the helm of a spaceship with all the different buttons and things to read. There's a chat in front of me. I got my brother over here. Andy's over here. And there's all these different options and stuff. There's callers. It's crazy. Anyways, the phone lines are back on. So if you guys, I heard some people trying to call in. If you would like to, go ahead and call in. If you have a question for my brother or anything like that, just let me know. And we'll just wait the 10 seconds that passes from the live stream where him and I are. And we'll be on the call to the actual live stream. Okay, I got another call coming in. Let's see how it goes.
Call from
Captain Born Free.
Captain Born Free.
Press 1.
Oh, he hung up. Oh, snap. Okay. Well, the phone lines are open if you want to call back. I think his name was Captain Born Free something. Damn, I keep on going right back and forth. This is cool though. I like that we're perfecting this. Okay, I got a call. Let me answer.
Call from.
Billy King.
Somebody
To
King.
accept, press 1.
Aloha, this is JayDreamerZ. You're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey, this is Billy.
Billy, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
You enjoying
I'm a long
the
time
show?
listener. Oh yeah, I'm a long time listener from Texas. I'm a Gen Xer truther, and I've been just watching this episode. Ask your brother. I think it's already too late, man. I think it's already happening.
You think it's already happening?
Yeah, I think it's too late. I think AI is already in control.
Yeah. So he's saying he thinks it's too late and that AI is already in control. You have a question for my brother, you said?
I just wondered what his opinion is. Does he think it's too late?
I
Does he
absolutely
think
believe it's happening.
that AI is already so much in play. There's no stopping it.
Okay.
We can't stop it. We can't get enough people to even believe this is something actually real to make.
Yeah.
There's just not enough people out there who can see
Right.
what's going on.
So those of us that are against it and see the dangers clearly, we're the minority. That's what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. I'm going to pose the question to my brother. You want to say anything before I let you go?
No, man, just keep up the good work. We enjoy your show.
Thank you. I super appreciate you. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So, bro, he had a question for you. Let me turn off the phone lines real quick. All right. So the question is, do you feel like we're past the point of no return, basically? I'm so sorry about jumping back and forth, but
No,
he wants to know, do you feel like, did you hear him?
Yeah, I
okay.
heard the question.
Okay, good.
On
good.
mine, it was just
Good.
late.
That's what I'll do. So from now on, when we have a call, until next time, I'll fix this up. But I'll just come to you after the call. We'll try to keep the call short. Then I'll come to you, and then you can respond to what the caller was talking about too. So what are your thoughts?
Absolutely.
On past the point of no return? Anything we can do
Yeah,
about it?
but not because we're there yet, but because we're never going to give this up. You're never going to be able to convince the people who are trying to make this a fruition. You're never going to stop them from from obtaining this goal.
Right.
There's too many things that will make them money, that will make life supposedly easier. There's too much at risk for them to say, nah, we'll leave it alone. We're past the point of return of no return because we're very involved with what we want from AI. We know what we want, and we're not going to stop until we get it.
Right. And not only that, but it's not like people are voting on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I can see that happening, and I could see them putting it to a vote or whatever, which to me doesn't matter anyways, because I don't believe the voting even works. But right now, there is no voting for any of this crap.
But you can't even vote for it. Even if you wanted to vote for it, you couldn't vote against it, because if you vote against it here, then who's going to be the first one to get to AGI? China?
Oh,
whoever
right.
gets to
Right.
AGI first wins.
Wow.
That's it. It's over.
That's crazy. All right, let me turn these phone lines back on, and we'll try our best here. Okay, cool. I got the phone lines turned back on. If you would like to call in, the number is right down here, 719-357-7921. If you're just watching for the first time, welcome. I'm JayDreamerZ. This segment is going to be a call-in segment. Sometimes I will have a guest, like my honored guest, Adam from StraitjacketWhiteRabbit. I highly recommend checking out his channel, where he's putting out all kinds of videos about things that even I will not talk about. Some of these things. I have to say that some of your supernatural ones are my favorite. I like it when you talk about AI. I have my own personal favorite. You know what I mean? The ghost house one and the ghost. What was it? The ghost house and the ghost. Some sort of like ghost vehicle or something that you mentioned in that one video. But anyways, excellent channel. We're helping him to get set up. He just passed 1,000 subscribers. I could easily see him having 5,000-10,000 subscribers in the next few months. And I'm teaching him how to, like, teaching him the ropes. essentially, doing my big brother duties.
Teaching me everything about this. I
But
didn't know
even
jack
if you
about
didn't have
computers.
anything, bro, like you're very interesting to hear your thoughts. I love talking with you. Obviously, you and I could talk all day long about different things. But yeah, if you guys want to call in, the number's up 719-357-7921. And the phone lines are open. I do have somebody calling in right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take that
Call
call.
from.
Okay,
John.
I'll see you after.
Okay, so the call's coming
To
in from
accept,
John.
press 1. To send a voicemail.
All right, welcome, John. This is JayDreamerZ. You're live on the air. How's it going?
Hey, it's not my first time. I just want to let you know. We talked about Age of Empires in the past.
Oh, that's right.
As far as AI and basic universal income goes, they're going to have to do something because they're going to be doing most of everything. And they say like pipe fitting, like plumbers and carpenters, maybe not even carpenters because they have 3D printing robots that can print walls, concrete walls.
Good
But
point.
they're going to do something to give everyone basic universal income.
Yeah, so they're going to have to do that for everyone, even all the quote unquote hard jobs and the difficult ones, like you said, like plumbing and all that type of stuff too. That because they have robots that can get out there into the real world. So, for example, like they have the military dogs and even police force robots that are starting to come out into the real world. So next up, you can imagine that they would create robots that are that have or integrated with artificial intelligence that are out there as workers in society. I mean, they have like the robotaxi stuff too.
Like, I don't mean to get too sci-fi, but if you look at the movie Alien, they had a robot with one arm on many axes doing basically an alien abortion.
That's right. I remember that. Doctors as well. So this is going to make its way into the hospitals, every avenue. So what he's saying, bro, is he's talking about the concept of universal basic income and how this is inevitable. And I agree with you too. Well, did you want to say anything else before we let you go?
Yeah, your brother's pretty cool, and I just wanted to say that I think he's right, and I'm going to check out his channel. Can you type his channel into chat so I can follow him?
Yes. Actually, I'll have somebody in the chat. There's a few different moderators that I'm sure will be cool enough to volunteer to type that in, and we'll get that in there for you, okay?
All right.
All right, sweet.
Semper
Good to talk
Fi.
to you again.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, sweet. That was John, and he called in, and I'm sure you heard the conversation. What do you think about that, bro? So we're going back to the universal
I think
income.
the universal income is absolutely a guarantee. They have to. I mean, otherwise it's going to be a zero cost world. You won't be able to charge for goods and services.
I mean, I can hear the masses right now. I can hear the people celebrate. Like, bring on the universal income. Give that to me, baby. I'm ready for that, Which sounds nice on the surface level, but you're not what those people probably are not thinking about. I mean, I'm anti-jobs anyways. I want the Wild West. I want the post-apocalyptic world where your job is survival. That's what I want, okay? However, let's think this through, okay? Every time the government pretends to be giving us something, some benefit or something, much more is taken away from us, right? Our identity, our standard of living, our ways of life, our freedom are
Every
taken
time
away.
the government says it's going to make you safer, you're going to be prepared to lose some freedom.
Yeah, so imagine what they're going to be taking when they say, we don't need you guys to work anymore, but we don't want you to rebel against us, so we're going to pay you all. We're just going to give you credits, and money itself will change. It'll be eradicated. There will be no such thing as like money. It'll just be your sort of social credit or your social standing or whatnot, with certain incentive bonuses for going above and beyond. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those people that are really patriotic or whatever it might be. All right, let's do this, bro. I want to hear your thoughts one more time on the world that how you see the world. Let's say 50 years from now. What does that world look like to you, given the exponential increase in technology and how will that affect us?
You're going to see a vast change in the world of one of two types. It's either going to be the most amazingly, almost just this side of paradise. And that's the allure of AI. It really is. I mean, think about it. These things, they're saying once we get AGI, it will be a matter of less than a few decades before most diseases are cured. That's how smart these things are. They're talking about AGI being able to possibly find different laws of physics we didn't even know existed. So it can either go to the, this is completely awesome, like paradise mode.
It's
But the
not
problem
going
is,
to.
I know
It's not
the
going
problem,
to.
like
I'm
I said,
screaming on the
the
inside.
problem.
No, go ahead, but you're right. That's a possibility.
Hold on. The problem is there's only about 3 roads that lead to this paradise. Okay.
Right.
Now, the other roads, there's about 5,000 of them, and they're all very, very bad.
Yes. I mean, we
talking
hope
about
and pray and wish upon a star that it'll work itself out.
Oh no, no. If it goes down any of those 5,000 roads, we're all boned.
No, I mean we're hoping for the paradise utopian
we're hoping,
society
yes,
or whatever.
But I mean,
that's not happening.
You know, put your hope in one hand and a pile of dung in the other, and see which one fills up faster.
Right, as they say.
I'm just saying, the alternative worlds are so dark and so bleak, and they get progressively worse. Everything down to just complete hunting us down annihilation.
Yeah.
That it's almost too hard to even think of one way it could be bad. But I'll give you this right off the bat, okay? I'm going to go with the example I was giving you earlier of when you replace a small part of yourself and you keep replacing small parts of yourself, how long until you're not human?
Yes.
What if that's not a choice you get to make? What if it becomes mandatory for humans to get these things?
Right. Or like, for example, say they just start sticking nanobots in the food or the water.
You want to talk about a mark of the beast or any of that stuff? That is literally, like you just said, even if you tell them no, there's no way to stop them if they decide every citizen is now going to get this, because they can send nanobots to put it in you.
Right. Damn. There's no end to it. We live in the realm of science fiction now. We've stepped
This
into
is the deepest, darkest
future.
rabbit hole there is about futuristic thought and what the future is going to be like, because there are so many branches it can go down that it's just, I mean, that are unbelievably terrifying roads to go down. But there's so many more of them than the good roads.
Let's make it personal. You're my brother. You're in a coma. You're in the hospital. Which, by the way, I want you to talk about your hospital story where you saw the demons and stuff like that. One of these days, got to share that. Anyways, you're in a coma, okay, for some messed up reason. You went into a coma, and the doctors are like, it doesn't look good. He's got, maybe a year left, and he's in a coma if he doesn't pop out of it. Blah 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 blah. We can download his memories into this chip, and we can put it into an exact replica of him.
No,
and he will come alive.
No, I will haunt your butt so bad on the other side if I die.
Okay,
you had better not put me in a toaster. No.
All right, sweet. So I'm going to have to break into the hospital and go on a whole mission just to pull the plug, and I'm keeping this video as evidence that you already gave me your consent.
If I wake up and you RoboCopped me, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Yeah, you wake up. I'm like, bro, what are your prime directives? And you're like,
to kill you.
I'm like, you can't do it, bro. It's against the laws of robotics. You're a better you now. Welcome to Utopia.
And that's like I said, that's the creepy part of this. We may not have a choice but to be integrated with robotics at some point if AI gets out of control.
I'm getting a plasma gun and a freaking electromagnetic pulse grenade and all that stuff. I already know. Anyways, this is our show for today. I'm gonna wrap things up. If you guys want to send my brother a message, you can use his PayPal link up there, paypal.me/WhiteRabbit Adam Tice. Go check out his website. I'll show that to you right now. So if you go over to my channel and you scroll, oh, hold on, let me show you. There we go. You go to my channel right here and you scroll down just a little bit. You'll see his icon right there. Just click on that, just as I just did. And you can see these are some of his latest videos he's put up. Robotics, the AGI, ASI revolution. This is the whole video that we were just referencing that inspired today's. UFO, UAP disclosure. The Pizza Man stuff. There's other ones on here too. Let me go to your videos here. You got quite a few actually. He's discussed 9/11. He's discussed the Hollywood elites, adrenochrome, the Jersey Devil, the haunting, various hauntings, the Boogosphere. That was an interesting one too. Actually, I learned a lot about that one through that one.
I'm
Look
still
at all these
keeping
different
up on
videos.
that one.
Ghosts, all this different stuff. You got a lot. You're starting to develop quite a little collection of different things over here. But I just want to say from me to you, I love you. And I thank you so much for being my brother.
I love
and
you too, man.
And what I would like to do, and if you guys start supporting my brother, if he developed a similar support as what I have, this is my job, and I'm supported strictly by you guys. Basically, I have ads on YouTube that help pay bills and stuff, but you guys have supported me for like 4 years. If he starts getting support, one of the first things we've talked about is we're going to go on a ghost hunt up in Cripple Creek, which is up in the mountains. It's a completely haunted area with mines and old hotels and stuff. And I'm going to get him back into that because that's his element.
I love it.
We're going to be Ghostbusters, Supernatural Brothers, etc. And I'm going to get him some of the equipment that he already knows. He's going to start teaching me stuff. So that's one of the things you guys can look forward to. I want to say thank you all for watching so very much. Do check out Patreon, like I was telling the other viewer. You can go there and you can share pictures. You can get to know each other. You can continue the conversation. There's different chats and stuff. And if you want to jump into my credits that I'm about to roll right now, that's where you can find them. You can sign up for the credits tier. Bro, do you want to say anything before we jump off?
I just want to tell everybody in your chat, you guys have all been amazing to my channel. Just so you know, I appreciate every one of you guys for stopping by. And you, big bro, I love you too, man. And of course, I wouldn't be here without you. You were literally the one that was like, you'd be great at this. So I appreciate you big time for pushing me to do it, because I'm not sure I would have without you. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have. Other than that, no, man, I just look forward to seeing everyone tonight. Join me for part 2 of my video from yesterday, tonight at 8:30. And other than that, I've enjoyed being around all of you guys. And this has been Straight Jacket White Rabbit.
All right. Until next time, I'm JayDreamerZ saying good vibes and goodbye.
But something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier on me if I turn away to flee. But there's something holding on in the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Find so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. so hard to fade away. But something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. But there's something holding on in the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up.